to Behind Nashville. Today we are at Nashville Underground downtown, and we are going to watch Master Chef Sass cook up one of the new menu items from the menu. We're going to watch him in action. He's going to talk to us about what he's making and his process. But first, what I want to do is say thank you first of all.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Bringing us into your kitchen. And so what we want to do first is know more about who Zach is, how you came here, what's your background, all that good stuff.
Sure. Well, from New York originally. Have an Italian background. My grandmother was a great chef. I followed her around the kitchen throughout my entire childhood. Learned all my roots from her. So she's from Sicily, Italy, so I got all my roots from there. I've been a sous chef, an executive chef. I've been from Charlotte, North Carolina, to Miami on South Beach. I went to culinary school in Miami, Johnson & Wales, North Miami. Got a bachelor's degree in culinary arts. And then heard about Nashville Underground opening. It's a good opportunity. I had a lot of play in the menu, a lot of play in all the ingredients and how we do things around here. So it's a good opportunity for me, so I jumped on it and came to Nashville.
Cool. So tell us about the menu and kind of the inspiration behind it.
Sure. Well, we tried to do a southern menu. Nashville Underground is more of a restaurant before a bar, where most restaurants on Broadway are bars before restaurants. So we pay a lot of attention to quality, taste, making sure everything has a lot of flavor in it. Making sure everything is satisfying and the quality is there 100%. We do a southern menu with a couple of hot chicken flares, since hot chicken is the Nashville staple. We do anything from a bone-in Nashville chicken breast and a dark meat to tenders to wings tossed in hot chicken sauce. We have salads, flatbreads on our rooftop menu where we're at right now. And then we're pretty diverse when it comes to the other southern items like the fried catfish, a very staple item in the South. We do a southern banana pudding for dessert, which is absolutely amazing. We have a great selection of options.
Cool. All right, so today Zach is going to whip us up this Mama Lynn's truffle mac and cheese. I was told to say that with a southern accent, but I'm a California girl, so sorry.
Not going to happen.
All right, so let's tell us what you're cooking, when you're going, and how you make this goodness.
Well, first things here, I got all of our ingredients laid out for our dish here. I'm going to start off by grilling a piece of grilled chicken that we marinate here in the restaurant. We use a herb marinade, garlic, rosemary, oregano, thyme, salt, and pepper. Blend it all up and add it to the chicken breast. Adds a good flavor all around. Adds a nice char to it also while it's cooking. While that's going, I'm going to go ahead and start our macaroni and cheese and start getting that prepared.
So tell us quickly what is in the dish.
Sure. In the macaroni and cheese, we do our fresh house-made Alfredo sauce. It does have mushrooms in it, kind of balance out that truffle flavor that we put inside with the truffle oil. We use an elbow noodle, pretty traditional for macaroni and cheese. We do a garlic butter crouton breading that goes on top, of garlic butter. And then we use Parmesan cheese, and then our house-made herb butter goes inside of it as well. Great bounty of flavors, good garlic flavor, nice seasonings. You get that mushroomy flavor from the truffle and then also the mushrooms that are in the sauce itself. So it's a very well-balanced dish, one of our biggest sellers on the menu.
Awesome. Fantastic. So how much of what you learn in culinary school applies to, do they teach you the same kind of techniques? Or?
Sure. Well, in culinary school, they teach you the fundamentals, mostly classical cuisine. They take you through every continent, all over the world. You go from Asia to India to Japan. It's all over the place. So it was a great starting point for my career going to culinary school.
Was learning how to cook more southern foods a new thing when you came?
Yes, very new, very new. Hot chicken was very new to me. I've never had hot chicken before.
Yeah.
So it took us a long time to figure out what was a good hot chicken sauce to go with. But we came up with something great and it works out very well for us.
Right. Awesome.
But yeah, southern cooking was not something I was interested in. Or interested in, yes, but not something I was practicing or ever knew how to do really well.
Yeah, it's kind of its own beast.
It is its own beast. A lot of different techniques, a lot of different ways of doing things. Everybody has their own style, but somehow everything always tastes great and comes out the same.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see how this chicken is cooking over here. And now, you said you could put grilled chicken or hot chicken
Correct.
on this.
So you can also put the hot chicken tenders, which we toss in our hot chicken sauce, which I do have up here for us today. And then you can do the grilled chicken. You can also do the chicken tenders naked. So if you don't want any hot seasoning on them and you just want some fried chicken on top of your macaroni and cheese, you can do that as well. A lot of great options. Easy to eat. Alright, so while that chicken is cooking over there, I'll go ahead over here and grab some gloves. I got a hot pan on there already going, so the heat's on. I always want to start off with a hot pan.
Yeah.
Never want to start it cold. Alright, so while that's going, I have our truffle sauce right here.
Now, what is truffle sauce?
So the truffle sauce, we use a heavy cream, chicken stock to start. Once all that is heated up, we add our Parmesan cheese. We also use a mozzarella, provolone, and Munster cheese mix to make it nice and gooey. And then we put blended garlic and blended mushrooms into the sauce as well. That kind of complements the white truffle oil that we use when we put in there as also. And the white truffle oil, a little bit tart, very robust, got a lot of great flavors going on. Balances out very good with the cream and all the cheeses that are inside of it. Awesome. So while that's going, we'll come over here. Add our sauce in there. That sizzle going sounds really good. Nice. Let this come up to temperature. Once the sauce is heated, we'll start adding all of our other seasonings. Everything's got to go in at a certain time, just to make sure that the dish comes out nice, balanced, and perfect. When we were throwing this recipe back and forth, we didn't know what the right direction was for us. We kept going back and forth with making our own Alfredo sauce or buying a store-bought product. One day I was just watching Food Network channel. Something crossed my mind where somebody mixed the mushrooms and the garlic and everything and sauteed that first. And then they added all the Alfredo's sauces and ingredients into it, and it kind of inspired me to come up with this one. And then we tried it the first day. It was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it, and it's been fantastic ever since.
So how much of the menu would you say is kind of experimental before you? How much experience? Yeah.
I would say about 75% of the menu is experimental.
Yeah.
Everything else, we didn't want to do the normal, like for example, fried green tomatoes. Everybody does a cornmeal base. That's usually what the background is of the fried green tomatoes. Instead, we do a panko Italian breadcrumb on top of it. Flash fry them very quickly. They came out fantastic. A new twist on something old. Still southern, still has all the southern flair. The regular fried green tomatoes, we just put a little bit of jazz on it. You know, we do that with a lot of things on our menu.
Do you, does the team here generally act as your taste testers?
Oh yeah, everybody does. Servers, managers, I mean everybody in the restaurant comes up, and I'm always trying to get everybody else's opinion. It's always good to have more than one opinion.
Have you ever had anything that you made that was like, this is no?
Oh, all the time. Yeah, that happens all the time. You know, it's all about trial and error in the kitchen. Putting a little bit more, a little bit less of something that always makes it something different. So that's what I like about cooking at the end of the day. It's always something different. You know, challenge yourself to be better every time.
Yeah, I get a lot of no's in my family.
Do you?
This is not my area.
So does my fiance. She gets a lot of no's. That's just me. I'm just in the kitchen. So. I'm going to come back over here and flip the chicken breast over. Alright. Nice real good color on that chicken. Nice gold mark on there.
And look, it's like a little heart.
It is like a little heart. Yeah, we do a 5-ounce chicken breast. All of our chicken products in the building are brined before we put them into production. So what that does, brining tenderizes the proteins that you use. So for example, we use an ale brine. So it's equal parts sugar to salt with some beer, some ale beer. We whisk that all together at a low temperature just so everything dissolves. Once it's dissolved, we cool it down. We add all of our chicken to it, and it tenderizes the chicken, gives it a really good flavor. Pat it dry, and then when we batter it and fry it, it makes it a really great product, a lot better than the tenders everywhere else. We take a lot of extra time in making sure the quality and the taste is there all the way around. So while that's going, shuffle back to the sauce here. We want to try the sauce itself before I put any of the ingredients in it so you can taste the difference. Yeah.
Is it hot?
A little bit. Pretty good.
Very rich.
Very rich, right? We're about to make it just a little richer here.
Okay.
Just by adding some of our ingredients. So here I have grated pecorino cheese, which is very good cheese, very Italian Parmesan cheese. That's going to make this dish a little bit more cheesier. All right. We're going to let that incorporate. Stir that up. You don't want any clumps. You want to make sure all the cheese is melted. here is I have our chicken tenders staying warm for us, so we can put them on our hot chicken macaroni and cheese when we're finished. So I'm going to set these aside over here. We're going to season it with some salt and pepper. We use a salt and white pepper blend. The reason we use the white pepper is because we don't want the black pepper specks to show up in our dishes. So that we hide the pepper, but you still get that peppery flavor. Because sometimes you don't want that color to mask or burn when you're cooking it also. And that white pepper, just a minimal amount of white pepper makes such a big difference in a dish compared to regular black pepper. It has a good spicy flavor, it's more robust, more poppy of a pepper flavor. And then like I said, you don't get that color. So you don't see any black specks of pepper in the macaroni and cheese sauce or anything like that. That's why we use the white pepper. Alright, so then once that's almost done and that's heated up, I have some of our house-made herb butter here. We use a whole butter and a margarine blend. We put fresh basil, fresh thyme, and fresh parsley and fresh garlic. Whip it all together with some salt and pepper, and this is what you get. Alright, and this is going to add a glossy, very herby finish to our macaroni and cheese. Okay. We're going to incorporate that in there.
You know, it's like he knows what he's doing. It's like this is his job.
Somewhat. I try. I fake it till I make it. Once that butter's incorporated, I'm going to grab our noodles here. And here I just have some regular standard elbow noodles. We didn't want to go do anything crazy. We wanted to keep some tradition to the macaroni and cheese, and that being the elbow noodle.
Now, if you were to use a different type of pasta, does that change the flavor at all?
No, not at all. As long as you use a regular noodle, a dry pasta noodle. An egg noodle would definitely change the flavor just a little bit and also the texture. But just any noodle is fine. I make the same dish at home with spaghetti. I make it with fettuccine. You could add other things to it, spinach, anything you'd like to. So it's easy to do. So here we go, I'm going to add some of these noodles in here. Okay, these are already pre-cooked and they're still brought up to temperature and ready to go.
Now I have a question that I've always wondered whenever I go to eat anywhere. How do you guys determine serving sizes when you make dishes?
Portion sizes are very difficult to determine sometimes. People eat with their eyes. Everybody wants a value. So when it comes to that, from the past, just accumulating information and knowledge over the past and figuring out what people actually can consume in one sitting. We also don't want to overwhelm people and still be kind of health conscious at the same time. So we just base our portion sizes based off what we feel is necessary. But it all varies. We use 8 ounces of noodle portion in a dish. That brings great value. For our salads, we'll use a 7-ounce portion of lettuce. Our chicken tenders, we went with a smaller chicken tender just because the big ones these days are kind of tough. They don't give you that same flavor. These taste like chicken. They're just a really great product all the way around. Just want to pay attention to detail, what consumers go. We also did a lot of tasting around Broadway before we opened up. See what kind of other restaurants were doing portion size wise, and then we kind of determine what we can do from there. While this is sitting here for a little bit, let all those cheeses finish melting, we'll go ahead and grab this chicken breast we have here. I'm going to bring some cutting board over here. You always want to let your chicken breast or your meat sit down for a little bit after you cook it. Let those juices kind of soak back up into the meat. You cut the chicken right away, or you cut your meat right away, all that juice is just going to bleed out and go everywhere. So while that's sitting here, I'm going to take our tenders here we have. We're going to go ahead and toss these in our hot chicken sauce. Just to coat them.
How many people come in and want it really, really hot?
We get a lot of requests for, we call it Ring of Fire. It is not fun. On the menu there's a disclosure saying, eat at your own risk, no refund. Funny story behind that actually. We get our Ring of Fire seasoning from our UPS driver. He actually grows his own Carolina Reapers, habaneros, ghost peppers. He dehydrates them and then puts them into a powder. And that's fully disclosed to us. He doesn't do that for anybody else. So it's really rare to have, and it's a really great addition to what we do. So we scale our hot chicken. So we use our hot chicken sauce, mild for everything, and we scale it up with his powder. And that's what brings that heat level all the way up. So if you order a hot chicken mild, you'll always get this sauce right here. If you order anything that's hotter temperature, we're going to go ahead and dust it with our seasoning, and that'll bring that temperature up really high. But he does a phenomenal job. Great product, and it works really well for us. But that ring of fire will tear you up.
Sure.
It is no joke. All right. So now here we're going to go ahead and dice up our chicken. Plating. I was always taught you got to make a foundation and then build up to the top. Make it nice and high so it looks like there's a lot going on. Rather than spreading everything out flat and all over the place. So now you have a foundation to build up on. So here we have our garlic butter croutons that we make. It's panko breadcrumbs. It's the same breadcrumbs we use on our fried green tomatoes. You just toast them in the oven and then put them on top of our macaroni and cheese. Here with the garnish. There's our hot chicken tenders. That's the mac and cheese with the hot chicken tenders on top.
Nice.
And then over here. Grilled chicken. Just fry that on top. That's our mac and cheese with our grilled chicken.
Looks delicious.
Very nice. These are our biggest sellers on the menu.
I can see that.
You ready to try some?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me turn around here.
All right here.
I'm a mac and cheese head, so.
Bigger ones? Alright. Little tiny forks for sampling.
Have you ever, after you make something, taste it?
All the time, you have to, yeah.
Gross?
Yeah, you always have to. Actually, I was a vegetarian when I went to culinary school.
Really?
My parents were both vegans for over 30 years. So
Wow.
when I got to culinary school, the instructor instructed me
No, it's kind of gross.
instructed me to make a decision on whether or not I wanted to become a great chef or a mediocre chef.
Based on whether or not
Based on whether or not you ate meat.
Wow.
And he was right. You have to be able to taste and know and develop the flavors in your mouth and develop the flavors in your brain and to be able to execute dishes.
Was that like because of the animal thing or the flavor?
Both. Both. Because you really need to know what flavors go with what based off of taste, not just based off what something says on a book or, you know, somebody told you. You really need to know how it tastes in order to execute correctly.
So I want to try a little bit of that, but I don't want to cut with my fork.
Go for it.
Spread my germs.
Sure. Cut that tender up.
Now, this one has this little extra sauce on it?
Yeah, just because the hot chicken sauce kind of drips down onto the macaroni and cheese. But it adds good flavor. It's not too overwhelming in spice, but it has great flavor.
It's got a kick.
It's got a kick, it does, yeah. It is traditional to the hot chicken, so there's going to be some heat.
Oh yeah.
But it is mild.
This is mild?
That is our mild.
Holy moly.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't imagine what that ring of fire.
It makes it a lot better with the creamy macaroni and cheese, kind of cools it down because of the cream.
Yeah, well, let me take some more of that.
Yeah.
Well, this, I can see why it's a bestseller.
It's delicious.
If I could make it at home, I would try,
You
but
could make it at home. It's easy.
it would not. Chicken is, I think, probably the hardest thing for me to make.
Really?
It's always dry, or like I'm not good at telling when it's done.
Really?
No.
There's a toughness. I was always taught if you pinch your two fingers together and you squeeze part of your thumb right here, that's how you know the chicken is done. If it's the same texture as the finger, then that's complete.
Okay, that's good to know.
And you can buy a store-bought thermometer and then stick that in there also. It's up to 165 degrees. You're perfectly cooked.
All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This has been so fun and amazing. Are there any other menu items that are your favorites?
My favorite's definitely the hot chicken flatbread up here. Our flatbread crust is outstanding. It's a lavash, which is an unleavened flatbread. It's very crispy, absorbs a lot of that flavor, very good. It's not like a pita crust or anything like that. It's really delicious, airy, very light, and very good tasting.
Cool.
And then we also have our barbecue is also great. Southern barbecue is also a big thing down here. We use a Kansas City style barbecue sauce, a little bit different, not so much Carolina or anything like that.
Yeah.
And it adds a good flair to our ribs. We smoke them for 8 hours, nice and tender, great meat, great sized ribs. What else is really good? Our bone-in chicken. Our bone-in fried chicken is the bee's knees.
Now, I think I heard that's like, this is the only place you can get that on Broadway?
The bone-in style, yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. I believe that's correct.
Take note.
Also, we have these pressure fryers that we have in the back kitchen that lock in all that flavor and keep it really crispy on the outside. And that our white meat is to die for. I'm usually a dark meat guy when it comes to getting chicken at restaurants and stuff like that. But our white meat's one of a kind. Naked or in the hot chicken sauce is outstanding.
Yeah, awesome. And there are how many floors?
We have 6 floors. We have the first and second, which are the main dining, and then 5 and 6. And then we just purchased the third and fourth floor. Next year we should have bowling alleys in the third and fourth floor. So a lot going on here in Nashville Underground.
Yeah. I just lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was going to say. I think I was just going to say, come check it out. You're down on Broadway at the corner of, what is that street back there?
Hermitage or First?
Right near the riverfront.
Right near the riverfront.
Yeah.
Next to Acme and Rock Bottom.
Okay, yeah. So, come and give Nashville Underground a visit. Try this mac and cheese, Mama Lynn's truffle mac and cheese.
Mac and
is that
cheese,
right?
that's
Yeah.
it. That's correct.
Yeah, it's good either way with without chicken, with the grilled chicken, with the spicy chicken. It's just good all the way around. So, thank you so much,
Thank you very much.
for showing us behind the scenes here. And we're going to link to all the social channels and the website and the menu and everything, so you can check that out for yourself. So, see you later.
Bye. Thank you.